Future Centers is an initiative that is committed to honoring and amplifying community-based organizations through resources as well as funding. Their mission is to help close the racial equity and tech gaps. To tell us more and how they're doing it is co-founder of Young Enterprising Society, Q, El-Amin, and Maritza Contreras, Community and Social Impact Advisor at AmFam. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us. What a pleasure.
Oh, man, we are so excited to speak with you. I want to start off with Maritza. Urban Future Centers is working to bring tech education and entrepreneurship tools to youth and adults in Milwaukee's underserved communities. What other resources are you providing?
Absolutely. So part of this $1.2 million investment from American Family Insurance really is centered around the Urban Future Centers. So we've identified 4 anchor organizations in the city of Milwaukee to really address the digital divide and the access to resources, really for all of these organizations that were already doing the great work. So in thinking about how to truly be and lean into becoming the best corporate stewards of these opportunities, we partnered with the Sherman Phoenix, with Milky Way Tech Hub, Journey House, and Young Enterprising Society, who Q is here to speak on, but really just came down to Black founders were at a huge, significant disadvantage when it came to access to venture capital resources, and really accounting for only 1% in the country, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And so when we talk about how do we address these opportunities, particularly as it relates to the youth and starting as young as middle school age children, bringing really these resources to the forefront and putting some excitement behind it, right? So access to entrepreneurship, financial literacy, building legacy wealth, and then really addressing social and emotional wellness. So at the core of everything that we did with the Urban Future Centers was just bringing the right partners to the table and ensuring that everything that we fueled was driven by those community-based solutions.
I love that, Maritza. I love that you say access. Access is definitely something that plagues the Black community in so many different situations. So I'm really happy that that is the focus of our conversation today. Now, Q to you, as the pandemic has impacted many students across the country, including Milwaukee, a tech hub launched STEM and Dream, because we're talking about access right now. Let us know what STEM and Dream exactly is.
Yep, so the STEAM and Dream program was a program launched to be able to bring that access and knowledge around science, technology, engineering, art, and math. The first session was held in Atlanta, and we recently held one in Milwaukee, and we'll have 2 more in Phoenix and Chicago. And they really just gave opportunities for pitch competitions. We were able to host Earn Your Leisure, who talked about financial literacy and building a legacy. So it was a good time for hands-on interaction for students that were spreading all across the country with all of the partners that we work with.
Wow, I actually want to stay on that a little bit more and talk about how it's expanded nationally. Like you said, you've hosted summits in Atlanta, Milwaukee, and gearing up to head to Chicago. But before wrapping up the tour in Phoenix, can you give us a little bit more details about what the attendees can expect? Because I love what those who come, they can pitch their ideas. That is absolutely amazing. I come from a family of entrepreneurship, so I love things like that. But what else can the attendees that attend, what can they expect?
Yeah, so it really, launched like amid the global pandemic was this, addressing A, the digital divide that existed, but then B, how to get access to a lot of this programming. So when we started, we really partnered with Rashawn Williams in the venture capital space and recognizing that even just the idea of like what evaluation sheet, how to enter the space of entrepreneurship. And when you start doing that at a very young age of, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, planting those seeds and nurturing those ideas, right? And really allowing them for them to grow. And so when we thought about this diverse, competitive programming and what we would take shape in the form of STEAM and Dream, that led to the one-day in-person summit in the great city of Milwaukee last fall. And this year we've entered the STEAM and Dream part of the National City Tour launch that started to Q's point in Atlanta. Then we took this show back to Milwaukee, our hometown, where we had over 600 registrants with Earn Your Leisure in the room and just talking about what does it mean to leave legacy. So really starting to plant the seed as it relates to their own respective families, but also in community. And recognizing that there's a larger opportunity when you take a step back and look at how we continue taking those talents on the road in Chicago and Phoenix, particularly around Hispanic Heritage Month, recognizing that at the core of everything is the Urban Future Partners, which includes Young Enterprising Society with Q here during this call, right? During this moment in time. but also the partners that we also incorporate. And we just start adding chairs to the table to ensure that, again, these community-based solutions are really reflective of the needs of each respective city, recognizing there's no such thing as one size fits all. And the opportunity is absolutely endless with fueling the fire and allowing for our dreamers to just think bigger and dream bigger.
Maritza, your passion, it literally, I can feel it coming through the screen right now, and you're changing lives, absolutely. I'm sure, day in and day out. You know, Q, I want to go to you because we've talked about nationally how this has changed young lives, but how is your partnership in Milwaukee? How is it creating a model for activating communities and amplifying these Black community spaces locally?
So what we did in Milwaukee through our work, through the work of the Milky Way Tech Hub, Sherman Phoenix, we're really creating safe spaces for students, for community members to come and not only talk about tech and entrepreneurship, but actually experience it. In the hall right across from me, we have students building video games using Roblox. The Milky Way Tech Hub collaborates and works with a number of African-American, Latino, and other underrepresented founders and tech participants around creating community, getting them into jobs, workforce training. And so it's just everyone coming together to work together and bringing their respective tools to be able to make it larger for everybody. And it's, you know, working out very good so far.
I love that. The next generation, they're going to have so much more access and so many more opportunities than we had growing up. And I love that the both of you are passionate about that vision. So we don't have a lot of time, but Maritza, what is your mission and long-term goals for this years to come?
Yeah, honestly, we just hope that we can inspire the next generation of leaders, but then more importantly, build a diverse and a very competitive tech talent pipeline, and recognizing that, you know, the possibilities are endless. So as we continue to think bigger and dream bigger, you know, these group of influential leaders and young entrepreneurs that, you know, are entering the world of TikTok and that are the next sort of, you know, influencers on YouTube and entering these spaces that we don't necessarily have a lot of representation in, but leveraging the relationships that we have existing with the Urban Future Center partners and with the new partners that, you know, come along with each of the activations in the respective cities, and just leaning in and going in all the way.
Oh my gosh, it has been such a pleasure. Again, I come from a long family of entrepreneurs, and so to hear you so passionate about the next generation warms my heart. I'm so grateful to have you guys in today. Q El-Amin and Maritza Contreras from Urban Future Centers. Thank you so much for joining us, and I definitely would love to have you back again.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the love.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.